That was a fancy introduction, was it? Did y'all miss me? Did y'all cry over me? Okay, let's skip that last part, but but anyways, welcome to Custom Critiques. And I'm so very excited about this one is because I have been stoked and obsessed with this. And if you want to know what it is Valve's Steam Deck. Praise Gabe Newell and his ingenuity genius. Woo! Okay, but anyways though, before I begin this though, I do owe you guys an explanation on why I have been away for so long. One, I've been doing some home renovations of my house, which is a lot of work, if I might add. I'm still not quite done yet. Still much more to do. Two, I've been working a lot lately, doing some more overtime per se, because the holiday season is coming up soon. And speaking of holiday season though, hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving weekend. I sure hope I did. I'm pretty stuffed to the core, and yeah, that's about it though. And three, and most importantly though, which pertains to the Steam Deck though, I have been researching and of course exploring on this device though. And let's just say that everything that I've seen, everything that I have uncovered, which kind of makes it all worthwhile though. Makes this a device worth fighting for, which I'm not surprised that it won Best Gaming Device of 2022 though. I mean, if you want to look it up though, yeah, you can go look it up. Take my word for it. But yeah, that's about it though. And yeah, let's begin this custom critique. Okay, so welcome back though and everything, and if you're wondering about the arm though, I did forget to mention that I did a nice lovely donation just now, so I'm all good, I'm alright, and yeah, hopefully somebody who receives it will be okay in the end. But anyways, let's get back to the review, okay? So what is Valve's Steam Deck, okay? Obviously it's, a little gaming device, as shown before though, but what you guys probably do not know or have already known is that it is a PC in itself though. Yes, ladies and gentlemen though, it is a portable gaming PC, an actual PC, okay? And I will show you, the bits and gist of it though in just a second, so let me just get into it though. So now, where to start? Okay, the user interface, the technical specifications, the hardware maybe? I don't know. But you know what though? Let's begin, a deep down of the technical specifications first, is because, some people might have some information elsewhere though, but we're going to dive directly into Valve's website though. And therefore, I can give you the specs according to Valve, the official people of the Steam Deck. One sec, guys. Okay, so here we are at Valve's, official website, or steamdeck.com. And yeah, it's available now or whatever, and they literally just, do away with the reservation, so you could literally just get one at any time and it'll be at your door at 2 weeks tops, okay? So yeah, and there's a dock as well though, which I have also of myself. All-in-one portable PC gaming and some demonstrations like Star Wars, and then there's a bunch of like hardware and stuff. So yeah, you could, and your Steam library is already on the deck though, and whatever you have on Steam before though, it can get transferred on the deck quite as easily with cloud saving as well. And yeah, you could do compromises, like there's 3 storage options, which is quite awesome in its pricing basically. There's $399, for the 64 gig, $529 for the 256 gigabyte, and of course the one I have, the last model, which is the 512, is $649. Yes, I have a large library though, so the 512 gigabyte was preferably for me. And of course though, I have the micro SD card too as well. Specs and feeds. Yeah, you can do the tech specs and everything. As a matter of fact, let's do the tech specs first, which is why I have done here before though. So tech specs, you have your thumbsticks, your menu, your ABXY. Well, since, the man Gabe Newell was a former Microsoft employee though, that's why Valve chosen Xbox controls, well, in some of them though, instead of the PlayStation controls or the Wii controls or whatever. So yeah, you have to give, the credit to that one, so. And then you have your headphone jacks over here. You got your volume, your status, and of course the fan on top. Yeah, it basically shows you everything. Oh, and the micro SD slot I was telling you about right there. And basically, you could read the specs here though. You can stop the video at any time. I don't have to read them all to you. And then once that's done, I could just click down. So yeah, it's really, really, impressive of, of the decisions that they made, the type of display, the type of connectivity that they're going to use, and of course the specific, components that go with it. I mean, they've literally thought about, previous generations, including, the current generation here, and of course future generations as well. Because some of us do have microphone jacks or whatever. Some of us, do have, headphones or whatever. And some of us, like touchscreens and all that stuff. Some of us don't. I mean, it's up. And then, of course, the docking over there and everything, the power in, the gigabyte. And they're kind enough to give us 3 USB, so that way you can connect to the controller, play some multiplayer or whatever. Yeah, it's quite impressive. And the docking station, though, I mean, you could read up more about that later. But right now, we're focused on the deck. So, going to the hardware, right? It's got comfort, thumbstick, grip buttons, touchscreen, trackpads, and gyro, fast storage, everything. And if you guys want to know about the Deck Verify games, yeah, we could do the recently verified. So if you look in this list over here, though, I mean, you can see that there are a number of titles that you might recognize immediately. And I am quite surprised, right, that it was able to play Witcher, Horizon, Spider-Man, Apex, Elden Ring, what else? Even an intensive game like Final Fantasy VII Remake. If the deck itself can play those games, with no problems at all, just as well as a console, though, then, well, watch out, everybody. I mean, you guys are in trouble, though. And again, though, it's no wonder why it has won Best Gaming Device in 2022, though. If you don't believe me, you can look it up yourself. It's on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, and basically, why I like the Steam Deck most is because the company itself is still reviewing the entire Steam catalog. So whatever is on the Steam catalog now, right, that's what Valve is reviewing. So as of now, though, they're not quite finished yet, though. Okay, there is still tens, not even tens of thousands of games that need to be reviewed, okay? And of course, though, with the constant updates that they're putting out, right, it's basically saying, okay, so we came to this before, right? We reported it as unplayable or not supported or playable or whatever, right? Now with updates, right, if the problem is fixed, though, then they might change their ratings to playable or deck verify. However, though, due to my exploratory knowledge, though, some of these games, can be played, okay? Can be played, okay? It's just the opinion of Valve. That's all. On what they believe is how they're doing it, okay? So, yeah, that's about it for, the technical specs and everything, and I'm gonna switch it over back to me in just a sec, so give me a second, and... Alrighty, though, so now that you've seen how amazing this is so far, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. What about the UI, or user interface, right? So, basically, when you turn on your game, this is what you see here, okay? Whoops, sorry about that, I cannot see. There you go. So, you have here the user interface, you have your library here, and I could just scroll down. Yes, I can see myself and everything, so yeah, I'm sorry if it's like that. But yeah, so you have your interface like that, you have your library here, you have your news outlet, what's new and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry if you can't see it, of course, so that's my bad, of course. And yeah, you have your Steam button here, which will take you to your menus here. And of course, you have your other button, which is like your settings, your options, your battery life, your brightness levels, everything. Yeah. So you can tinker with that as much as you want to. So give me a second to go into here. So yeah, you could do a bunch of settings here, like your general, your Bluetooth. I mean, basically that. You can also use the thumbstick as well. Your connectivity and stuff. Yeah, and it has a nice sound to it as well. So give me a second with that. And yeah, your profile and stuff. You could search for your games or whatever. And basically, though, this is a nice little device, though. You know, it's quiet and everything. And you could do emulation with the game as well, though. So that's just basically the user interface is those. But if you want to pull up the menus, you can just press the power button up here, right? And there's a desktop mode as well, though. You could shut it down, restart it, change your account, whatever. So there's two ways to go into desktop mode, right? You can either hold the power button like that until you hear the sound, right? Or you press the Steam button, right? And then you go to power, right at the bottom. Yes, it's touchscreen as well, and you could just go to switch to desktop as well. So let's switch to desktop mode. You're switching to desktop now, right? And voila! It's now a computer! Woo! Alright. And yes, I have the emblem of the clan. You know, I always think about you guys, okay? No matter what I do, I always put you guys in every spec of my tech, okay? So yeah, you can go on the internet here. You could watch... And yeah, and of course, though, you know, there's updates or whatever, you know, from Discover, which is the official Discovery app in the store. Yeah, you could launch Discover or whatever. You know, you could download your apps or whatever, your emulators, some other games too from the old days. I mean, this thing could do it all. It's like Valve says, though, it's a PC in the palm of your hands, you know? So yeah, it's doing an update or whatever. So while it does that, though, let's do some videos or whatever. So you can go to YouTube or whatever. Yeah, I'll show you right now. So yeah, you can go to YouTube and everything. You know, you have all your videos and all that stuff. And of course, just for the fans or whatever, let's search on my channel. And look, here I am. Sorry about that. The light is really atrocious here. I mean, I wish there was a way for me to cover it, but unfortunately I can't. But let me switch it to dark mode. Can I? There it is. Yeah, luckily YouTube has a dark mode into it. So up there's me and everything. Yep, you could scroll down and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of things. You could use the trackpad to like move around or whatever, to navigate, whatever. It's really cool though. I really like this. It's really awesome. Yeah, you could scroll down or whatever and everything. It's really cool though. So yeah, that's the internet in a nutshell. You could check your mail or whatever. So yeah, you could pretty much do whatever in your PC that you want though. And what I like about this is that, you know, when you're connected though, it still fetch for updates or whatever. So any things you downloaded though, it'll update them to the latest version. So that is really cool as well. Okay, so yeah, that's basically your, you know, user interface or whatever and everything. And of course though, if you want to go back to it though, there's a little button over here called Return to Gaming Mode. You can either double click it or double tap or whatever, and it will switch you back to gaming mode. So yeah, let me you know, get out of here and everything, and let me just switch back. And actually no need to though. I could just pretty much put this to the side. Okay, so what I've given you is just only a taste of what this thing can do. Okay, the Steam Deck is an absolute powerhouse of 2022. Okay, when it first came out, right, I have been trying to get my hands on it though. And basically now that we're here though, I want to tell you guys the full story on how I've obtained this thing alongside the dock as well, okay? So story time, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So when I first heard about the Steam Deck, right, you know, I was working, basically working hard, okay, trying to raise enough money for it, right? And when I did, though, yeah, I immediately purchased it, and basically, though, it took a long time to get here, though. Reason being, though, is that it has to get cleared. They have to use a courier service, and it uses FedEx. Unfortunately, though, I mean, no offense to FedEx, of course, but let's just say that the first time that I got the Steam Deck, it was not there. Basically, the first time around, it got stolen, okay? Someone just ripped open the side of the package, just took out the deck, though, but ironically, left the charger inside, too, right? I'm guessing that whoever took that deck the first time around must not have known that you have to connect the charger first and then power it on, because without that charging component, the deck is useless. But it's also useless if you don't have an account with Valve or you don't have an account with Steam, okay? So the deck is useless in that accord too. You can't use it, right? Because you need an account in order to play your games, right? So Valve was kind, and very, very supportive of me. Not to mention patient with me and everything. So at first I wanted a refund, okay? Because I didn't want to go through all this anymore. But Valve was determined to make sure that I got a deck of my own. The deck that I have worked so long and so hard with my hard-earned money to pay for, okay? And the second time around, I finally got my deck, okay? Because I had to go to a FedEx ground facility where I live, right? And pick up the deck itself, though. Luckily, it was in a non-discrete box this time. Because the first time around, it was in an obvious box. Hey, it's the deck, though. Come steal me. It was basically being begged to be stolen, the first time around. And after that, I was so elated. I was so happy when I first turned it on. I was like, oh my god. To this day, I'm still excited for it, though. Not because of the games I could play, though, but it's because of the potential that I am uncovering, though. It's like every day I'm learning something new about this deck. And I have to give props, and I have to give my thanks to Valve, right? For working so hard and continuously working hard to provide future updates and everything, so that way all the games that I will love are running better. Eventually, they're all going to run great, though. Now, that's my story from me to you, though. Now, before I give you my pre-verdict, though, is because I'm not done with this thing yet, though. This is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? This is just a part of this one. There will be another, custom critique part coming up soon on the deck, though. And of course, there'll be a separate section of, the Steam Deck as well. So stay tuned for that one. Now, before I get into it, though, I have noticed that there are videos that are dissing the Steam Deck, that are talking bad about it. And I've looked through most of those videos and everything. And for my conclusion, though, 3 things shot out at me. 1, they don't completely understand what the deck can do or how it operates. 2, most days, some of us want things done for us, okay? But then when they see that they have to do a little work, on what other people have done and everything, oh, it's bad. Oh, I don't like it no more. It's not attractive. I gotta do work. So let me ask you this, okay, before I get to the third point, though. Did Gabe Newell complain about all the work he's done, okay? Did his employees complain, right, about what text to pour or how to make sure the battery's working, how to make sure that the thing runs as intended, the coding part of it? Like, if you was in their position, though, you would not live. You would not last a day, not even an hour, okay? And finally, the third and most important reason of all, though, and you guys, some of you might take offense to this, though, but some of you are dead set on being Xbox fanboys, PlayStation fanboys, Nintendo fanboys, and everything. You guys feel a little threatened that the deck here can not only play console-related games, though, but it could also, do a lot more than just play what's already there, though. There's a thing called emulation, my dear friends, and ever since I've learned emulation, you know, from sources and everything. And yeah, my experience with it just got a whole lot better. Of course, like others, I cannot tell you where I learned this or where to get the games from and everything. All I can tell you is that you have to look it up yourself. And that's about it for me. Alright, so pre-verdict. How do I rate this? Easy to navigate. A little heavy on the hands though, I'll admit though, okay? But it's not a problem for me though, because I'm a big guy and I got big hands, so therefore it kind of grips perfectly around my hands. So yeah, that's good. Some games, you know, still not playable, still not yet though. They're still working on it and everything. And yeah, at this stage, you know, before, you know, the other reviews, before all the testing and all that stuff, this is just a preliminary, so I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 stars for now. Now, reason being, though, is that it has potential and everything. It's great. It's literally almost perfect, though. It's just that, you know, there's still a lot more work to be done with it, okay? You know, some, you know, developers fixing the emulators, or Valve trying to re-interview the game that they review. So, there is a lot to it, though. I mean, there is some argumentative qualities like the battery, or maybe the brightness or something like that. Maybe, you know, some of the button specs that they've chosen, the material of it. I mean, there is a lot of things you could argue, okay? But yeah, until then though, this has been Cheetah2500. Thank you all so much for coming in. I will return to the Steam Deck in, you know, in a future video, so stay tuned for that one. Until then, hope you guys had a lovely Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and yeah, I'm alright though, and I'm back. Take care of yourselves and each other.